Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Ethan, back to you again, bringing you some more of the South Carolina State Draft Day Sports College Basketball 22 Dynasty, starting the Journeyman save. Haven't played this in a day, so I think we left off. I want to see. I think we won the conference tournament. However, yeah, we won the MEAC, but we got knocked down in the NCAAs in the first round. Kind of expected. So, uh, cool. So we got staff hirings. Let me just make sure anyone doesn't need a contract extension or anything. Everyone looks good here. Okay, yeah, we're just building up our stats. We're building up our reputation as a coach. This is going to be our fourth year. Yeah, we still have to put in the grind and put in the work. Let me take a quick look at the roster. Actually, we will take a look at the roster later because I think we're not even at the end of the season. So let's finish in advance. All right, so it just got done through the staff hirings. Let's see. Nobody left us. That's good. Now we're going to meet with the board. Let me see our info. I want to see how much money did we spend. We didn't spend our money. I think we're going to try and pitch facilities. They're probably not going to give us facilities, like, let's be honest, right? So next year I will spend all the money to try and pitch budget, but we'll go facilities this year. Hey man, we won back-to-back conference titles. I'm pretty sure. Can we get some facilities? Can we get some C facilities? Not D, right? Like, hook us up with a new weight room or something, right? Like, we're going to the rec center to work out, and they probably deny it, and they deny it. Yeah, they think it's fair. Well, I've won two conference titles for you guys. Back-to-back conference titles, and I can't get some facilities. I see how it is. Let's get to the start of the new season where we can take a look at the transfers. All right, here we are. Start of the new season. The roster's looking pretty thin, but that's okay. We got the transfer portal. We don't want to skip. Let's just go through these emails really quick. It's fine. How many? We have 8 scholarships. We have 8 seniors, so we're gonna have a big transfer year next year as well. Vermont joins the Big East. Interesting. That happens quite a bit in this game as well. So I feel like there's certain conference movements that are like very likely to happen. That happens quite a bit. I've played a lot. So okay, let's get this report and then let's evaluate our team. We don't have a lot of money, of course. We're at a small school, so we just need the basic report for our region because we're going to do most of our recruiting in the transfer portal. As I say in every episode, small school like this, we're 1-star prestige. Why not recruit the players from other schools? We don't need to recruit from and get the lowest level high school guy. We can get really good players from other schools who have proven themselves on the college level. And that's how we're able to win our conference twice. I'm not saying our conference is super hard to win, but when you're pulling, Power 5 level talent, even if they're not good enough to play on that Power 5 school, they're good enough to play for a low major, We're a low major. We're not even a mid-major, Calling us, that'd be insulting mid-majors. We are a low major, and we get mid-major prospects, and they can come down and play, and we can compete. But ultimately, we're just trying to build our skill as a coach, build up our reputation, build up our skills, leave a good legacy, and ultimately move up and try to get to a school where we can really stay and win a national title. All right, let's see what happened with those transfers. So he's looking for more opportunity to play. So Luke Telly, he was a guard. I don't remember exactly who this dude was, but he didn't play that much for us. So, we recruited him. Oh, it was probably like a shooting guard we recruited. And honestly, respect, man, because you weren't going to play here. You opened up a transfer slot for me. And, all right, let's get into the transfers. Let me identify some targets, and we'll show you who we're going to go after. All right, so in order to obviously identify who you need to go after, you kind of need to know your roster. So I have Damian White and Jim Herring. I kind of remember this roster. This dude was starting for us to disrupt this force. He's pretty good. Almost 10 points and 4 assists a game. So point guard, I think we're okay. We're going to need some shooting guard help. Honestly, we need, like, one of every position. Maybe center we're okay. I remember Jerron Charles. This is our man. This is our guy that does most of the dirty work. Does 11 and 6 a game. Okay, so he's going to play out his senior year. We have a backup waiting. So let me get rid of this. I hate seeing the walk-ons. Let's get rid of this guy. We need like 2 guards and 2 forwards. We really need, we might need 2 forwards each. At least 1 and 1, and then maybe 1 and 1, maybe two shooting guards, or point guard, shooting guard. I guess we kind of got to see what's the best available out there. I'm going to take a look at the magazine really quick just to see who the best is out there. I do try and shoot for the moon, but maybe I should be a little bit more realistic with the targets, but you never know. Yeah, like, are we really going to pull a Big 12 first team all conference? This guy's looking to play for a championship team. I mean, you were playing on Kansas, man. I'm not sure where you're, unless you just don't like your teammates, which is very possible. So, okay, I have 6 scholarships. So yeah, I need to just go like double 2 forwards, at least 3 forwards and 3 guards, maybe 1 center. So I have a couple guys that we identify as Bs. I'm going to scout them. I'm going to scout these ones that my scouts have identified as Cs, and then I'm going to do my own scouting that I usually do. And I'll also go for Hail Marys on the first week, because some of the guys who are like lower level, you'll see them stick around. So let's go position by position. Actually, I already know I want that center from Kansas as a Hail Mary. It's not going to happen. Like, almost for sure it's not going to happen. But don't let them tell you no before you offer, you know? So let's scout up like 5, 6, 7 of these top scoring centers. Let's do the same thing for the power forwards here. Ooh, man, there's some nice talent here. Scoring 13 points a game, getting rebounds. That's good. That's good for right there. You got a couple of scouts right there. So let's move on. Let's do 4, 4, and 4. Let's take a look at these top guys here. We just need to bring in talent. You bring in talent year after year after year, even through the transfer portal. You just keep competing for your, you got to look at what level you're at and what is realistically is supposed to be done at a school at your caliber. What we can really hope for at a school of our caliber is to win our conference tournament every year, be very competitive in our own conference, and yeah, be competitive in your own conference. We're going to offer this guy. This guy wants to go to Duke. This guy's an elite player. Let's see, who else do we got? This guy, I mean, you can't score 16 points a game and not, like, be a beast, right? Like, that's almost impossible. I'm going to go back to the charts and go Hail Mary shopping again. I offered a point guard, so now I want to offer shooting guards. Or what guards do we have here? Man, some 3 centers in the top. I mean, Nathaniel Brinkley from Houston. That's who I just offered. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay, so you see here, I really use this to help determine who the really top dudes are. Robbie Coleman from Maryland. We might have a shot at this guy because he hasn't played much. What was 14 minutes a game. Yeah, we might have a chance. Robbie Coleman from Maryland. Let me look at him. So we'll look at the dudes from Maryland and Michigan State. I'll take one of the guards from Michigan State. I was taking a look at that. So let's take a look at Maryland, Michigan State. And conveniently, that's both M's. And really helps with recruiting and sorting. Let's get these offers out and then let's get through a sim. So we want to take a look at Maryland and Michigan State, which I saw some Kentucky boys too. I should have took a look at that. It's always good to steal some Kentucky boys. I mean, look, this guy is playing 22 minutes on Kentucky. You know, like this guy can play in Kentucky. You can play for South Carolina State, my guy. All right, Michigan State. There they are. So this 2 point guards. One was like their starter. It seemed like Eric Brown. No info on him really. This guy from Serbia. He was a top 50 recruit. He's not playing much. This guy played a lot. I'm going to go for the guy who played a lot. Probably not going to get him. He's a point guard as well. I was hoping one of them would be a shooting guard, but it doesn't really matter. You can just move positions. All right, yeah, let's offer this guy. That's a Hail Mary. Now, where's the guy from Maryland? He's a small forward. We need a small forward, so let's give him an offer. I can still go back to the Kentucky boys and take a look and maybe give one an offer. Yeah, like this shooting guard, like I'll give this guy an offer. You play from Kentucky, man. You can play for us in Kansas. I'll poach some Kansas players all day. K-State too. This guy played a lot at K-State. I've kind of lost track of what I've offered, to be honest. But I would like another forward. So let me come back to the polls and media. Want to look for one more forward. This is taking a little bit of time. So what I'll do is I'm going to pause it and I will be back once I've identified a target, which is probably going to be this dude. Craig Creighton from West Virginia. So let's go. Actually, no need to pause it. We know who we want. We want this dude from West Virginia. First week, the first out of the 8, you kind of just Hail Mary, chuck out offers and see who you can end up with. So let's do, oh man, West Virginia has a lot of starters leaving. We could poach the living hell out of these guys. All right, let's give this guy an offer and see if we can get some interest. Good to know though, man. West Virginia, you sort by kind of schools and see which players are leaving each school. You kind of just keep a mental note of the really good players. Also, what you could do is you could just kind of take a screenshot right here of the top 25 and then go to all the schools from schools in the top 25 and then just kind of keep mental notes of like what are good schools. If you don't know what are good schools, you can just go off this and again literally look through the whole transfer portal on people who have transferred from these schools, and you know it'll honestly give you good options, and then use that along with that magazine, and I think you should have no trouble in the transfer portal. So I'm going to advance, and I will pause. I want to save some time on these episodes so it's not super long for you guys, and we will be back and see how those went and see if we generated any interest. All right, and we're back, and it did not look like we signed anybody, but I didn't want to sign anybody. I wanted to see if we get any interest on any of those dudes. So here we are again, week 2. Let's organize by the overall here and see if any glaring people are interested, and not a lot are. The people that are in our top 5. I mean, this guy's a decent player. I mean, I haven't scouted him. This Eric Brown dude? Wait, was this? Oh, wait, this is a guy I didn't scout. Wait, let me. I have to sort it by interest actually. So yeah, actually, some of these that I offered have interest, but I didn't get to scout them. But the ones that I threw offers at that I didn't scout, actually are good. So I'm probably going to have to reoffer these guys. I mean, they played good minutes, and they're interested. Some of these, I'm in their top 3. So if I can land a couple of these, that would be nice. I probably should have scouted these guys before, but it's all good. These guys have all played a significant amount of time, so I'm offering a point guard, shooting guard, and a power forward. So I really want to look for a small forwards, right? I need some small forward depth, power forward depth. Maybe another guard. Maybe two forwards and another guard. Or a really good center if one is available. Let's sort by overall now. So this is a power forward that I scouted. This guy's from Bucknell. Has 1 year eligibility left. This guy would just kind of be a bridge in the gap. Don't really love the stats. He can rebound and shoot the ball, but like doesn't play defense or like no playmaking ability. Also, we run the motion here, right? Motion? Yeah, we run motion. I mean, he knows how to run the offense, so I can understand why he has interest. This Wells dude is a sophomore. Played 15 minutes at UAB. Pretty decent player. Can score well. Or play makes a lot. He's athletic. He's a good player. 3.5 stars, 4.5 star potential. He's not a friendly dude. He wants some minutes. I mean, I think he would be a nice addition. We're already going for power forward, but I could go for these 2 forwards right here. Call it. I mean, it was 2 guards and then 3 forwards, and I still have another scholarship. It's this C-level center here. 3-star, 4-star potential. He's a good rebounder. Knows the Princeton. Little motion. Oh, WCC, first team all conference. That's pretty good, man. 14 points a game. Oh, wow, yeah, this guy could be a difference maker. Let me check my roster again. I do have 2 centers. Brian Murray, he should play, but I also need you to make it like an impact. 15 minutes a game, and you were doing 17 per. That's pretty good, but I remember recruiting this guy. Yeah, I recruited that guy. Robert Perry. Yeah, I really don't think we should go after a center, but maybe that guy's just a really good option. Let's do this. Let's look at small forwards. Buy points. So we got a couple C's. I'm down to take a look at C's. This guy scored 12 points a game. Doesn't turn the ball over that much. 3.5 star potential. So he's peaked. He's a senior. He's a nice like plug in. Knows motion really well. First team all points, and he's hated popularity. Oh my goodness. This guy is just not liked, huh? He's a good player. I mean, plays defense. You're hated? Why are you hated, my guy? Could you play over... You could probably play over Colin, honestly. For sure. What do we run? Just so I remember. Motion, Princeton. Okay. Yeah, I mean... That guy can play. I mean, that guy has a decent chance to play over. I'm going to take a look at that other C up there. Sometimes you got to take the hated dude, man. If the hated dude can ball, I mean, why are you hating on the guy? Why are we hating on him? This guy, Utah Valley, 11 points, assists and rebounds. He does it all. He's really good too. He's peaked out. Really good outside shooting. Not as great as a defender. Doesn't know the system either. He's younger. Can give it a chance to develop, but what is he really going to develop into? Is he kind of peaked? Like, this is the player you get? What do we want? Do I want like a bridge, or do I want like a solid player? You know, they're very similar. Let me take a look at these dudes here. This guy's a D. Yeah, I think we're going to pass on the D. The C, though, 10 points a game. About 1.5 assists, 4 rebounds. Turns it over just a little bit more. Doesn't really know our offense. Yeah, I don't think this is the dude for us at Iona. He's a great player, but I think we're going to go with Kirk Williams here. Kirk Williams, I think we have a chance, and he could play for us right away. Offer scholarship. Power forward. We did have an offer out already, I think, but we're going to take a look at some of these guys here. D, but he has 3.5 star potential. Really good scoring right now. That's why he's a really good player, or can score right now. His scoring is really good. 48%, 38% from 3. Terrible free throws. Not a great player, but good to know. Let's see this guy from Lafayette. 11 points, 5 rebounds. That's really, really solid, man. Can't score, can't play defense. So you're really just good at getting the ball underneath the basket, I guess, huh? I think it's just the level of competition too, huh? It's like not that high. So maybe I like this guy from UAB. I think we just I think our last 2 scholarships are pretty easy here. We're going to go all positions. We're going to offer the best available we have, and we're going to see what happens, and we'll go from there, and I'll let you know who we get. All right, so after that first transfer wave, I went and just went through overall and offered the scholarship to the best players. That's honestly what I did. We got 3 commitments here. Ryan Vinning, Kirk Williams, and Eric Brown. They're all coming, so let's go ahead and see who those dudes are. Eric Brown's a point guard. Comes in as 4 stars as we see him right now. Man, this might be our starter right here. He has a sharpshooter badge. This guy's a nice guy from Michigan State. He's a senior. Played a lot there. I guess he wants something new. He's tired. He wants just kind of a different change of scenery, they call it, right? So that kind of puts Damian White on the bench. We'll see how that plays out, right? So we still need shooting guards. So that's what I'm looking at. I see Kirk Williams and Ryan Vinning were both small forwards. So we've kind of got some help at the small forward. Kirk Williams comes in as 3 stars, good overall player, knows motion very well. I think this guy could come in and play right away. He was the Summit team first conference. This guy from South Dakota State. Yeah, this guy's a good player. This guy's going to be a good player for us. Take over an intermediate role. Now, Ryan Vinning might need to play some power forward for us. Can't really score, but he can rebound. So, but he's an outside shooter, not an inside shooter. That's the only tough part. But we'll see. He's a senior. Either of these guys are just kind of gonna help us get through this season, kind of glue the gap between the seasons. Still need some power forward help. So we got small forward good. Still need power forward help, and still need shooting guard help for sure. Center's looking fine. If I can find a center instead of a power forward, that's fine. Having 3 small forwards and 2 that can really play kind of helps at the power forward naturally. So let's look for another shooting guard and a power forward in the transfer, and I will let you guys know when we find their targets. All right, and I think we found our shooting guard target. So we have right here one of the top scorers left, and all of the transfers left. AJ Wagner, Norfolk State transfer, Virginia guy, East Coast guy. 3.5 star out of 4-star potential. He's a senior. This is a bridge the glue kind of gap kind of dude. Knows offensive proficiencies really well. He's already fully developed. He's the MEAC player. Oh, he's in the MEAC. Oh, man. So you want to go from a crappy team in the MEAC to the top of the list, my man? Come and join us. Be the snake. Leave Norfolk State. Come to South Carolina State. And join the team that's won the conference tournament twice. So maybe we go for this guy as a backup. Yeah. Mac, freshman of the year. But like not even the Mac, like the with an extra A. So I should call it the Mac with the extra A. Yeah, I don't know. Probably not that dude. This guy is a C as a center is okay. Shooting guard, this Idaho State dude. It's not bad. Do we want another and disrupt this force? I don't want to bring one of those on and deal with that. Let's take a look at, we needed power forwards, so let's try and find a power forward target. You got this guy from Lafayette. He can rebound. I don't know why he wants to expect starters minutes. I mean, from Duquesne. Doesn't even play defense. He doesn't score. He knows Princeton. I mean, maybe it's this guy kind of like bridge the gap for us too. It's not much. It's not much guys left here. Am I really gonna start looking into these D's? See, this guy played a lot and he's a D. He has potential. I actually like this guy. Plays defense and scores. Expect starter minutes. I mean, I might just, you know, I'll offer you, if you want to come here, Hunter Butler. I mean, I just kind of need some depth at this point, and I kind of want to get this moving along. So, I mean, hey, man, you're not going to get starter minutes probably, but you want to be some depth. We need that, so. Wow, for this guy too, NC Central kind of dude. It's a sophomore. He wants starter minutes too. Yeah, it's absurd. It's honestly crazy. All right, let's I'll find another target and we will get through this, and I will show you if we get anyone worthwhile. All right, so I think my last target is just going to be this guy right here from Long Beach State. He's the Big West second teamer. Doesn't care about playing time too much, and he's a good player. I'm just going to go with that, and hopefully Butler signs on, but might just go guard, and just going to have to play one of the small forward at power forwards that we got, which is going to be fine. It's going to be absolutely fine. So I'm going to offer the scholarship. I'm going to pause it, do a little bit of scouting, spend the rest of these 30 scoutings, and we will advance and see if we get any of these transfers. All right, so now we come off on this transfer period, going into the 4th week. We got AJ Wagner and we got Elan Ratty, some dude. He's a nice dude. I think those were both our shooting guards, and they were. So we are completely fine at guard. AJ Wagner is a really huge clutch pickup. He's going to be the glue for this season and bridge us to the next. Really need some power forward depth, like really bad. Like I'm gonna need to get another power forward or center. But honestly, loving the team, man. Team is very, very good. I mean, we are a one-star school. Remember, this is looking like some mid majors out there. You know, even like some bottom tier power fives. I'm not gonna lie, I've had some bottom tier power fives that don't even have rosters like this. So it's a good roster. Let me show you one little problem though. We lose 8 of these dudes, so we're gonna have to replace a lot of the depth next year. So let's go, and the top 25 players should all be signed by now, if I'm being honest. It's the 4th week. Let's just sort by overall. Who's left? I got some 3 players. I got this guy. So our scouts have looked over, and now he's B. He's played 24 minutes, 10 and 5. It's pretty good, actually. Hey, this is our offer. This guy has our offer. Sebastian Williams. I'm going to pause. do the scouting like I did, and we're going to see if we get Sebastian Williams. Dang. So we don't get Sebastian Williams. He goes to Charleston. So we're going to have to go for another prospect. It's been a long transfer portal, guys. It's been a long transfer portal. Thankfully, I have a pause feature for you guys so you don't have to see everything. This guy from Furman, 8 points, 4 rebounds. Good enough. He's not really getting offer. I got 3 dudes here at B's who aren't getting offers. This guy's nice, man. Nice center. He's a disruptive force. That's the only problem with you, though, buddy. That's why nobody's taking a chance on you. This guy from Italy, pretty solid player. Could bridge the gap for 2 years, but just don't have a need. You know, can't really score. Can't play defense. I don't really have a need. Caught a couple C power forwards. Actually, I'm gonna take a look at these guys here. This guy puts up 8 points, 2 assists, 6 rebounds. That's actually really good. Guess it's the level, right? Missouri Valley Conference. Could play at our level still. John Robinson wants to play. I know. You might have other offers though. This guy here from Furman doesn't have any offers. So I think we're going to go with him, and he'll provide depth for a while. He wants to play. You can always get the backup minutes. So, all right, Laval Simmons, you accept our scholarship? We will find out in a bit. Wow, so we don't get Laval Simmons after this guy having no offers, and now teams re-scouted him and are like, hey man, this guy's actually good. Let's give him an offer. He goes to Pitt. So we get that guy stolen from us. So this is what the life of recruiting the transfer portal is, guys. It's not high school recruiting. You have to really get in there, and hopefully one of these this power forward Collins dude, he's not even great. He expects starters minutes. Honestly, I'm thinking about just carrying over the scholarship. Maybe like one of these centers. This guy's nice. Solid minutes. I'll give you solid minutes. You want the power forward backup minutes, man? Doesn't really know our offense. This guy was the disruptive force, but like the really good one. And seeing that's tough for me. Like, you're a disruptive force, but like you're. You know what, Chris? Oh man, welcome to the team. You want to come play? I'll deal with the disruptive force. Somebody just accept the scholarship offer. Honestly, at this point, that's what I'm really trying to get. Like, I just want somebody to accept the scholarship offer so I can get through some high school recruiting, and then we can get into some games. So I will be back. Actually, let's just keep it on the screen. Keep it on the screen. Maybe if I keep it on the screen, we'll get this guy to commit. No, he doesn't. He goes to a different school. Where'd he go? Went to Colorado. Fair. It's a Pac-12 team. Come on, man. I want to get out of it. I've never had the transfer portal go this long for me. I need to get out of here. Come on. Collins. Honestly, I don't even care. You expect starting minutes. You're sitting on the bench. I don't care. Just join the team. Like now I'm getting desperate and just throwing scholarships. And if they don't come, then we'll carry the scholarships. I'll deal with walk-ons. I got 2 great small forwards from this. We'll just plug them into the power forwards. I'm just trying to fill out the depth. There's no reason to not fill out the depth. I mean, unless you want to obviously carry it over and grab maybe a better player next year in the portal. But, I mean, like, thank goodness. I think we got somebody, right? No, we didn't. Okay, honestly, skip the rest of these sessions. We'll carry the scholarship over, and we'll get a better player next time. Maybe they're just like, yeah, no, your roster's a little too loaded. I'm not going to get any time. Makes sense. Get to high school recruiting. I'm going to go through high school recruiting really, really quick, guys, so we can get into the games. Because I don't do high school recruiting, right? As you see, I'm a transfer factory. Yeah. We are a transfer factory destination. You come to us when you have nowhere else to go. So, and we built a pretty damn good team doing it. So we're pretty elite in our, transfer factory. See you guys at the high school recruiting. All right, so the transfers are done, and now they want to know our travel plans. We are just going to go to our regional camp. And after the regional camp, we will start recruiting. Now, this is what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to go through recruiting like I normally would. I'm just going to add the guys from South Carolina onto the board, and I'm going to add anyone interested from the Great Plains region report that I have, and we're going to scout them, and if we find anybody decent, we are going to recruit them, and even if we don't, I'm just going to recruit one guy to help my coach's skill go up. But other than that, we're going to save every scholarship for the transfer portal next year to really bring in some heat. I think the only way, the best way to bring in players at a small school like this is the transfer portal. So no need to high school recruit. I will show you guys who I'm going to put on my board really quick. So let's get through these emails. I'll just show you guys who I put on the board. It'll be really, really easy. Come right here. We're in the southeast. We're going to come to full recruit list. Actually, make it easier. We just come to interested recruits. I got handful, couple junior college guys that I'm probably not going to sign. Okay, so those are the guys interested in the whole region. Now we're going to go by South Carolina as a whole state, and I'm going to add the 3 stars and above. Skip the JUCO, and I'm going to see if I can generate any interest and get any of the top dudes interested. Other than that, we're just adding the guys who are the top dudes. Okay, I got 28 guys. I'm going to bring that down and talk to all of these guys, see if I can generate any interest, and we'll go from there. But I'm not going to record the whole recruiting because it's just, there's nothing to really show. It's just the typical host, talk to them and generate interest. So I will resume when we get to in-home visits. All right, just a quick update on recruiting for high school kids. This is going to be our offer. He's a shooting guard. He finished top 25 in the Memphis camp. Top 500 South Carolina kid. I'm going to go for this guy just so my coach keeps leveling up in recruiting. Another one I have an offer on is Derek Jackson. He was also top 25 center. This guy has no interest on us though, so I will be signing. I will hope to get one of these two. If not, I'm going to sign a random guy just so my coach increases in skill. That's probably going to get cut and replaced with a transfer. So with that being said, let's get to the in-home visits. Alright guys, here we are back at it. We're at in-home now. Unfortunately, the guys that we're really interested in don't have any interest in coming to the school, which really sucks, but we're still going to try anyways. And then we'll go for like a Michael Leonard and like this guy here. He has some interest. I'm sure if I pitch him, it'll go up. We're going to gamble location on these guys, and we're going to see how it goes. We can generate any interest. Come to the emails, so no spoiler, and we'll see how it goes. If I can get one of the guys I already have a scholarship offer on, that would be great. If I can't, well, I'll just offer one. Hopefully get one person signed. If we get one person signed, that's good enough for me. So I can't see myself playing. So the 2 dudes who I really wanted can't see themselves playing for me. So that's unfortunate, to say the least. Revoke. You kind of want to play for us, I guess. And you more would like to play for us. Want one of these guys to commit. I don't want both of them to commit, but I mean, I'm going to give them both the scholarship. I have 8 scholarships, so I think I can afford that. And I guess we'll warm up some other dudes just in case, like, doesn't work out, right? Hopefully it doesn't come to that. But I'm just trying to get through this recruiting as fast as we can. We also will see the schedule here. Pretty balanced, I guess. Kind of spread out. Pretty rough road stretch there. 4-game road stretch. We had some tougher level competition. New big geese foes in the Vermont Catamounts. I think it's winnable. I think we can go 500 record. I never adjust the schedule, by the way. I let the athletic director deal with that. It's just kind of like as a coach, you're given the schedule that you're given, right? Like you got to just play out the teams put on the schedule. So, did we sign anyone? We signed both dudes on accident. So, he's coming to our school. So, I mean, we got 2 guys signed. I mean, they're decent, nothing special. I mean, they're actually pretty good for a school that we are. But I don't think they're going to make any difference compared to what I can get in the transfer portal. But as you can compare, they're worth at least 4 points each. Not a little bit more compared to what the other crop's getting. So, all right. Finished with recruiting. We don't need any more of these recruiting emails. We know that they're coming. I'm going to sim to the start of the season. We're going to get through practice, and then we will get to the start of the games. All right, we are at season starts, and I need to set my roster. It looks pretty much exactly as I want it to be. Eric Brown starting. Oh my gosh, this guy has a Bulma dish. Oh my goodness. This guy from Michigan State, right? Yeah. We got to steal. This guy's just like, I want to end my career somewhere else, and he ends it with us, man. That's good. AJ Wagner's absolute sniper outside. He's definitely playing. I don't know about this dude here at small forward. I'm pretty sure I have a better small forward. Yeah, either of one of these guys can probably play better. This guy rebounds, knows the offense a little bit better, but doesn't really score, play defense. Kirk Williams, I think, is the overall better player, is a little bit more developed. I would like Kirk Williams to start. Yes, I would like Kirk Williams to start. We'll put Kirk Williams there. Suggest a matrix when we have some time there. Brian Murray, okay, I'm okay with that. And then Jerron Charles, I'm okay with that. And backup point guard, center, shooting guard, Damian White backup. No, let's put Perry in as the backup shooting guard. I think Perry's deserved earn some time. He knows 100% offensive proficiencies. I think Perry's earned some time to play. He doesn't play too often. When he did play for us, he did play pretty well. I think he deserves some playing time. I have a small forward here. Can he use some time? Vinning? Yeah, I guess he can use some time. He's a senior. I also want my sophomore to develop a little bit. So maybe he gets those minutes instead. Not a lot of other minutes to really go by. This guy, he transferred in, right? Yeah, he's kind of the last option on their team, though, man. Honestly, I want to get you involved. Point guard. What's Herring done for us? Has he ever been good on the bench? Yeah, he does pretty good off the bench for us, actually. I don't think there's any more just minutes. I just think we're too deep of a team. I mean, Vinning isn't getting any minutes. A 3.5-star player, senior, transferred in. He's not getting any minutes. It's not ideal. Okay, I'm gonna put the senior in over the sophomore. He's I want to. There we go. They can share. Yeah, he can have the small forward minutes. You can actually have these. Yeah, you can actually split them up pretty nice. I don't know why it did that, though. You can have these minutes here. There you go. 8 minutes. 10 minutes? 10 minutes is good. I think 10 minutes is plenty fair to you. 10 minutes is plenty fair. Okay. That is going to be my roster. Eric Brown. Probably the most elite point guard that I've had in a long time. He's a senior, bridging the gap. We're going to be doing really well with him. Shooting guard, AJ Wagner, the transfer. Actually, both of these guys were transfers. This guy transferred from Michigan State, AJ Wagner. He's a beast. He transferred from Norfolk State. So this is an in-conference transfer coming to the top-tier team. And we're gonna make sure he plays well. Kirk Williams, another transfer. They're all transfers. I mean, solid player, good defense, good rebounding, good scoring. Just overall really good. Brian Murray, he's been here a while. I recruited this dude actually. This was actually one of my own homegrown recruits that have actually done pretty decent for us. Trying to find his role in the team now, but he's a junior power forward. See how it works. And then Jerron Charles, one of the original transfers that has been really beast for us. He's made first team and second team in the years with being with us, so hopefully he continues to just beast it up. And our bench is really deep with Jim Herring, Troy Butler, Bowler. He actually has an attribute. He has a cleanup attribute. He's going to get a lot of rebounds off the bench for us. Robert Perry's going to score when he's open. Ryan Vinning's going to do work. Colin's going to put in some work. I mean, really solid team. I mean, we're definitely going to be predicted to finish first in our conference. So in the MEAC, yeah, of course, we're predicted to finish first. We're one of the best teams in our conference, and honestly, our roster's up there, like competing for an NCAA spot. Like, this is a very well constructed team. We lose 8 of these guys, so if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen this year, right? We lose three of our top players. We lose 6 of our top 7. 8. Yeah, 7 of our top 8, honestly. So, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of people gone. So, we really got to have it come together. We really need to win the conference tournament this year, because then we're just left with this, and then I have to fill it with transfers who can hopefully amount to which I think can happen, but you know, you got to get lucky too with transfers. Having 8 scholarships in 1 year is a lot. So, all right. The way I'm gonna do these sims, guys, too, as well. Let me double check. I do have my depth chart saved. It is saved. I'm gonna quick sim because you know I want to get through these seasons relatively quick, because really we're just trying to level up our coach. At the end of the day, you know, these early seasons are nice, but they ultimately really don't matter in the long run of our progression. So I think our goal for the year, for just to be safe for the job, is top 3 in conference, 15 games. I think that's funny. I'm actually going to hope we win 20 games overall the whole season, and a conference tournament championship for sure. Nothing less. We've won it the last 2 years. We need to do it 3 years and really show that I've built a program here that's going to dominate this conference at least. So, all right, guys, I will start simming the games and kind of click in and out and show you guys when we get closer to the games on what the result is. So, actually, we got the first one here against Hawaii. Let's just stay here, right? Where it says we're almost an 18-point favorite. Let's see. We win by 11. AJ Wagner, Eric Brown coming in there, playing well. The transfers. So, hey, we start off a win at home, which is really good. So, all right, I will kind of catch you guys up within all of the games as we sim along. All right, so coming up, we got Nevada on the road. It's going to be a tough game on the road. I think we have a good team to be able to get it done. We'll see. But we'll see. I'm simming right now to the end of November, so we'll check in. Nice, we do win by 5. Let's go. Brian Murray, AJ Wagner, Jim Herring, all having big games. So I will sim all the way to the end of November. We'll check up kind of at the how we look at the end of November, and then we'll continue our out of conference. So you always got to defend your home court, even against the bad teams. Gardner Webb, think we should take care of them just easily. Got to defend your home court. I think we're a good enough team, and we have a lot of talent this year to be able to get the job done. So we do, and we win by 18. AJ Wagner, that's a name that we're gonna remember. It's gonna keep coming up. It's a great transfer. All right, start of the new week in this sim. Coming up on the end of November here, we gotta defend our home court. We got 2 games here this week, both at home, both again, all winnable games. We absolutely smashed Seattle. Get out of here. Go back to the West Coast. So we beat Seattle, and now we have Milwaukee this week. Continue to defend our home court. Brian Murray has an injury. Hopefully it's just a little bit of a little touch-up. You know, we have a small forward who can come in just in case. But let's see. Let's get through the CPU games, and let's see how we fare against Milwaukee. And then that'll help. We'll have a game against Hampton on the road to close out November. Let's see if we can finish it a perfect 6-0. Starting with this game at Milwaukee. We get it done, 20-point win, bigger. We're just AJ Wagner is just. It seems like he's the glue to the team. So nice pickup in transfers, and I think we're gonna look for a very, very nice season this year. Maybe 20 to 25 wins. Let's not count our chickens yet. We gotta play a lot of road games though. Wow, guys, so coming into this week against Hampton, we are actually ranked in the top 25 of the polls. Now, it is really, really early, so that is kind of, there's some early season luck, and, the polls aren't 100% accurate always at the beginning. They kind of have to play out, and they'll get more accurate, so we get a win on the road against Hampton. They haven't won a game yet. That's expected. We finished November perfect. Let's take a look at the stats and kind of the pie chart and see how who's impacting what, who's winning our games, and man, we're a top 25 team according to the polls through 5 games or through 6 games now. So I'm gonna come to the dashboard. We'll take a look at this pie chart. Eric Brown, AJ Wagner knows definitely putting in a lot of work. Troy, yeah, off the bench. I knew he would put in so much work for us. He's actually doing more work than our starter in Pi. Does that mean? I feel like that means you earned the spot, man. Does Troy earn the spot? Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, I think I'm doing a team a disservice by not having this guy on the court full time. I really believe so. Mild concussion, you're alright. Sore knee, you're fine. Mild concussion. But he does so good off the bench. Like, maybe we just keep him on the bench, but I'm not sure. I'm really confused with this one. He's a really, really good player, but so is Jerron Charles, man. He's been our starter, and he's been the consistent go-to guy every time. Do I really take the man out and say I think that this guy just has some more natural knack to him, and as much as it hurt me, I'm gonna make the executive decision. I know you were our starter for a while, man, but I just think Troy's the better option. I think he'll be better coming off the bench, leading the bench unit. I think that we want the defensive player in the year in there, right? Like, we want the defensive player of the year in there playing. And he was having a bigger impact. Troy's have a bigger impact on the pie chart by a whole 3 points more. And, the pie chart don't lie. So, I'm going to put Jerron Charles on the bench as much as it hurt me for his senior year. but I got to do what I got to do to help this team win. If we have a really solid chance this year, I want to go deep. I want to build my reputation from this year. We're a little small school, you know. All right, let's see. So we started 6-0. That's great. Let's see here. Out of conference, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 away games and 2 home games. Oops, I didn't mean to click on the team. All right, schedule. So we start out of in conference on January 11th. So let's see. I think this road stretch is going to be really, really tough. So let's get through December. Let's get through our out of conference, and we'll see how that goes. So we're resuming this week, and we get Rutgers on the road. I'm not sure I buy that we're a top 25 team. I do believe we can lose to a team like Rutgers. So can we pull off a shocking win? Shock your coach? You can shock your coach by 13 points? Oh my goodness. We go and beat a Big Ten team. I mean, granted, it's one of the bottom barrel Big Ten teams. I get it, but I mean, we shouldn't be beating Big Ten teams. It just goes to show you what our roster is actually capable of. Yeah, we're at a small school, but I've accumulated the roster of at least like a three-star prestige school. I mean, we have really, really good players. It showed we can beat a Big Ten team on the road. That's huge. I mean, granted, it's the bottom barrel. I get it, but that's big for us. So let's carry that momentum into the next week against Loyola Marymount. Let's see how we do on this road stretch here. That was on the road. This was this tough road stretch, wasn't it, right? It was Hampton. So we've actually won 2 on the road, that Hampton and that Rutgers game. Let's try to continue it at Loyola Marymount. Texas Tech is obviously the really tough one on the schedule. So we lose our 25 ranking. I think it's starting to settle in more. They're like, hey, wait a second. These guys haven't really played anyone, but let's go. We continue to win. A.J. Wagner, Eric Brown went absolutely insane, dropping 20 points and 24 respectively. A.J. Wagner is just an absolute stud. How did we end up with him? See the transfer from Norfolk? I'll have to go back and see. But wow, we are doing very, very well in the out of conference so far. We get Texas Tech on the road. That is a tough game. That is a really prove what kind of team you are kind of game. Saturday game. Woo! Against a top 25 legitimate Big 12 school. Let's see what we can do. Little small South Carolina State against the world, and yep, it just shows you the levels to it, though. You know, you can be 8-0, but when you go to a Big 12 school on the road, you don't just walk into a Big 12 arena and think you're going to show up and play your best game, you know. So I think we went through that road stretch pretty well, actually. We only lost 1 game so far against Texas Tech. Let's keep up the momentum through December. All right, we will be defending our home court against Marist, I guess. I've never actually heard of that college, and I guess we're not going to defend our home court. I guess we're going to lose at home, and then we're going to be really pissed at each other that we lost at home, which makes sense. We lost to a school. I have no idea where they're located, how to pronounce their school name. That's not a school you want to lose to. Damian White was just trying to say, hey, man, if I was playing, yeah, Damian White, stay on the bench, brother. You played well for us, but Eric Brown, I'm sorry, he's another level. 12 points, 2 assists. It's another level of help we're getting here, buddy. You just sit on the bench and be quiet. Otherwise, I'm going to suspend you. It's not your problem. Shape up. Look at stats really quick before I get back in. Whew, I got 4 players in double digits. Oh my. AJ Wagner's so good. 11, almost 12 points a game, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. I mean, this 2 assists. This guy's like the do-it-all player from Norfolk State. Yeah, this guy's just a do-it-all kind of guy. He's not averaging as many points, but that's because he just has so much more talent around him now. Eric Brown was hoping to get more assists from him with the ball magician, but I mean, keep lighting it up. Keep being a sharpshooter. 44% from 3. Pretty good. All right. I mean, we did suffer a really tough loss against Marist. The Red Foxes. What the hell are these guys? Metro Atlantic. What in the world? We lost to these guys? Oh man, that's tough. That's a embarrassing one. I don't want to lose to these guys. From New York? Oh no. Oh no. We lost to a terrible school. That's a oof. That's a oof. Let's see. We're halfway through December. We're December 15th now. Let's check back in after the end of December and before we start conference play. All right, so to finish up our non-conference, after we lost to, I didn't mean to click on the team again. I don't know why I do that. So we lost to Marist, and we follow it up with a loss to Vermont. So winning on the road, it's always tough. They're a Big East team now, but they're still capable of being beat. But they are a better school than us. Follow it up with 2 big wins, one at home, one on the road. Big 96, 62, 64 scoreline. Then we follow it up with a tough loss to Presbyterian College. Can always lose it on the road to bad teams still, apparently. So we're not that team that I thought we were still. 69 and 62 at Bradley at home, defending our home court, as you see here. A lot of Eric Brown, a lot of AJ Wagner, Troy Buller. That's our kind of triple threat, you know. We got 6 games in January. I will sim through January, and we will see how these 6 games show up. I think this is kind of the style that I want to do for simming more. Just makes it easier, and there's no need for the content to just show every single sim, right? Like, I'm just simming, kind of observing each game. It's not like I'm coaching each game individually. So let's see how we do in the first half of this, and then we'll finish off February's month. So we got 6 games. Maybe we go 4-2, 5-1. That would make me happy. So before we started conference play, I kind of wanted to show you guys a look at the standings so far in our conference, since this is what really matters. We can't really look for national awards or a run in the NCAA, so we have to just dominate our conference, right? We're looking like one of the better teams. Howard is looking like one of the better teams as well, though we have a better net ranking, so we've been playing a lot better opponents. Same thing with Morgan State. Worse record, but better net. They're playing better teams and getting some dubs. So, actually, it looks pretty decent. 4 teams. Howard, Maryland, Eastern Shore, and Morgan State are decent, and we'll see if any of the 6 and 9 teams can show up. But other than that, I'll see you guys at the end of January. Alrighty, guys, and we're back. So, out of conference for the first month of January, or in conference. Sorry, guys, I don't know what I'm talking about. First game, 82-72 against Coppin State on the road. That's pretty good. I wish it showed you the opponent's record here, but we got a win against. We destroyed NC Central. And Maryland Eastern Shore, they were one of the better teams in our conference. Same with Morgan State, which we do take the L on the road, actually. So we're still capable of losing on the road. We did beat Howard, which is another top team in the conference. But we did lose by 1 point on the road. So we do go 4-2. And we do lose 2 of the road games. But we lose one of the road games by 1. So we defend home court. We do steal one on the road against Coppin. I really think we should have been able to beat Norfolk State. Um, let's see here. So let's see here for February. We get Delaware State. I think we should be able to defend our home court. So those I expect wins there. I want to beat NC Central away. I can see how we lose this game. They're 11-10, but they are 7-2 in home. They're one of the better teams. Morgan State, we get them at home. I want to get them back. Howard, that's a tough game on the road. That can be an L. And then I would like to win the last two games. So I would really, 2 losses. 2 losses, I understand. 3, maybe. Anything more than 3, I might be sick. So, let's see what we can do for the end of February, and then we will get into conference tournament time, and then the postseason. It should be really interesting, guys. We're 15-6. Hopefully, we can have a 20-win season. We've already reached the goal for the boards, but I want the personal 20-win season. Let's go. So I wanted to zoom this back in, guys, because I got a post-game incident. I've been getting this a lot, actually. I haven't been showing you guys, but if you see here in my history, Damian White, every time we lose, this guy runs his mouth off to our very best player, and this guy hasn't done anything for us. So, okay, he appreciates that I talked to him. I haven't got this one yet. I'm going to give him a break. But, man, if this guy mouths off to our best player again, who's getting 15 points a game, 3 assists, 2 rebounds, and a steal a game, and is an absolute marksman, I'm going to suspend this player. You can't – if you keep getting that message, you got to do something about it. And you can't just, keep doing these empty threats. Sometimes you gotta drop the hammer. So I'll suspend him, and I'll kick him off the team if I have to. But I guess I can give us a heads up. We did take a L. We did win. We did defend our home court like I wanted us to. We took a L to NC Central. Not what I wanted. They're not a really good team. Now we got Maryland Eastern Shore. Let's finish out the rest of the season here. So we just lost to Maryland Eastern Shore as well. So we dropped 2 in a row there. The team's starting to slip. Eric Brown's a little banged up. Hopefully it's nothing too bad, but let's get this win against Morgan State. We're 6-4 in conference. We're used to doing much better. Last season we only went 20-11, so we could be on pace for something similar. 20-11. I can see something like that ending with 20 wins. Let's get this win against Morgan State though. That's big. I was gonna just catch us up at the end, but we're having such a kind of roller coaster season. I'm gonna kind of keep us in the loop. I'll kind of mix it up between keep us in the loop and kind of sim ahead between some of this. But let's see here. Do we get this win against Morgan State? We got to defend our home court. We got to have a bounce back game at home, right? It's not a bounce back game at all. Let's go. That's a tightly contested game. Then Brian Tucker on Howard or Morgan State, they played good, but come away with the dub to get our 18th victory, 7th in conference. It's our 4th year here. It's our 4th year here at South Carolina State. Just building a program that was nothing. They had nothing going for them, and now they have a coach willing to build a program for them, and they're consistently hitting 20 wins and top of their conference all the time. It's just a matter of what do we want to do. You can't win a national championship here, obviously, but we also don't have that reputation, and we don't have the skills to do what they need to do at the bigger universities yet. So we'll see. We're looking good. This game against Howard, 18-8. They're 18-8, and we got to go to their home court, and we're gonna win by 1. Oh my goodness, what a game! What a game, guys. We win by 1 against probably the other top seed in the conference. They're 18-8. We're 18-8. Let's go. We are definitely pushing for 20 wins on the season. That's definitely should happen. unless something crazy happens for these last few games. But what a game for all of our players. We have a great roster. We have a good roster that could compete in most leagues. I wouldn't say they would win those other leagues, but they would be able to get some wins at home and maybe sneak some on some bad away teams. Like, can we beat Delaware State on the road? First, let's defend our home court. It's a Wednesday game against Norfolk State. Their best player transferred to our school. So, we're going to go to their stadium. There's going to be a lot of boos. Their best player transferred, and we're going to play them. Oh, well, we're in our home court, actually. That wouldn't make sense. Yeah, well, we just blow them out. A.J. Wagner didn't actually have one of the better scoring nights, but we beat his old team soundly, making his transfer decision justified, very much so. Why stay on a losing team when you're the best player when you can transfer to a program that's winning and has good pieces, and you can just be another good piece or a great piece on a good team and just elevate them. And now look where we are. We have a chance for 10 wins in the conference. We're either going to be 10-4 or 9-5. And you know what? 10-4 sounds a lot better than 9-5. What did you say? Something about 9-5. It's not as sexy, you know. 10-4 though, when you have that double digits, it's nice. So let's get that double digits. Delaware State, they're a bad team. We're a good team. Let's get that dub. They're not a bad team. They're an okay team, but they're not having a good season. And let's go. We get a 10-point win. Eric Brown. We're a good team for our conference. We're always going to be able to dominate our conference, I believe. I will see you guys at the conference tournament. Alright, so we're here at the end of the year. Let's take a look at some of the end of the year stats before we get on to the conference tournament. We win the regular season, so if they have a trophy for that, thank you for the regular season championship trophy. We'll take that and put it in the bag. 13-1 at home, 8-7 away record. Honestly, I'm happy with that. We have a 42 net. Probably not gonna get in as a at large. You're still gonna have to win it all. I can take a look, but we did pretty good. Howard and Morgan State played pretty well. Coppin did, and everyone else is a little bit below 500. Norfolk State and Maryland Eastern Shore actually had a rough kind of end to the season. Let's take a look at the top 25. Tar Heels, man. If they three-peat, I don't even know what to say. I'm gonna have to get a school in three-peat. I've never seen the CPU three-peat, honest. Oh, actually, that's a lie. I have. But that's when I was at a lower level school building up and they kind of dominated. So, typical names. Milwaukee Panthers, not really. Georgetown, they have good history, but not lately. But, you know, you can see the history. So, yeah. Let's take a look at the bubble watch, I guess. Do they think we're going to get in? South Carolina State. They think it's going to be because we win the automatic bid tournament qualifiers. We're going to be around a 52nd. Does 52nd team mean? Whatever that means, right? Whatever. Let's just win our conference tournament, right? That's the easiest way. So let's see how that's set up. We are the 1 seed. So are we playing? Yes, we are. We get Maryland Eastern Shore. We get the bottom team. Oh, that dude broke his elbow. R.I.P. Oh, yeah, before we get into it, I guess I can show you the stats for our players. See who's been balling. Eric Brown, transfer point guard from Michigan State. He's putting up he's our best player. And can you imagine Damian Collins, one of our worst players, saying like he should be playing? I feel good about putting Troy in. He got 12 and 6, basically, a night. Kirk Williams, transfer from South Dakota State. He was a 2-time all-conference player, and he's doing really well for us. AJ Wagner, 10 points, almost 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. This guy, and 2 steals. This guy is a defensive pest. This guy is absolutely amazing. The transfer from Norfolk State. You see all these guys just are transfers, right? Even Jerron Charles transfer from Montana. Like, I can just get so many great players from the transfer portal. I love it. And even like Brian Murray. This is our like homegrown recruit. He's playing well. We recruited this guy, top 500, 8 points, an assist, and 6 rebounds. This is fantastic, you know? Good contributor. Take a look at this pie chart. AJ Wagner, I mean, like, he's a huge part of the team, even though he's not dropping the most points. Eric Brown is, but 5 rebounds and 5 assists a game, along with 2 steals. That's going to get you there. So let's three-peat as tournament champions. Oh my goodness, we lose in the first round. Wow. I don't think we're going to the NCAAs, guys. How? It shouldn't even have been that close. We lost by 2 points, but like we should have dominated them. That's so disappointing. You work the whole season to get to this point, and to lose like that to that team just is. I could have took a loss to Howard or Morgan State, but that one's really disappointing for the team. So, well, guys, I will see you at the selection show. I'm not sure if we're gonna make it. Well, let's just see who's gonna get the automatic bid from our tournament first, and then I'll see you at selection show. So they lose to Coppin. Maryland Eastern Shore loses to Coppin State, and Morgan State beats Howard. So it's Morgan State's bid to lose. Coppin State or Morgan State. I mean, I would think Morgan State should have it. It should be us, but we have a really good chance of going to the NIT. Not sure how I feel about that. Hopefully we can make a deep run and gain some prestige and still help my reputation and my skills. Coppin State is going to be our automatic bid. So, guys, I'll see you at the selection show. All right, guys, here we go. We're at the selection show. South Carolina State fans, couple thousand of them, whatever, are on the edge of their feet, seeing if they're going to get an at-large bid to the tournament. Probably not. Coppin State gets into a play-in game, so they're one of the bottom 68 teams in. We're probably not going to get in, but we will hope. TCU, Toledo. You guys see the teams. See if any shockers. Bucknell, Dixie State. Okay. Interesting first bracket. Kansas gets a 1 seed. Wisconsin, Georgetown, the Flyers, Fairfield, Memphis. Pretty typical. North Carolina, they're another 1 seed. They have a chance to three-peat. If they three-peat, man, congrats to the CPU for figuring it out. Gonzaga gets a 2 seed, going 30-5. Wow. Scary team. Scary team to face. Jackson State gets in there, Northern Colorado. I don't know. I don't think it's happening, guys. I think we're worse than NIT bound. I think we're like CIT bound. Hampton. Hey, we beat Hampton, and they win their conference, huh? Milwaukee and Brown. That's an interesting 5-12 matchup. Milwaukee's just so good this year somehow. All right, are we an 8 or a 9? We are not an 8 or a 9. Of course not, right? Oh, so we missed the NCAAs. What do we get? We get an NIT bid against Ole Miss first round. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I guess that's the next best tournament we could get invited to, right? I mean, 10-4 in our conference, 21-9. We went 11-4 out of conference. Lost in the conference champion or the first round. That's just so embarrassing how we lose in the first round. So, not sure how the players are feeling, but NIT championship. It has the word championship in it, and it has a trophy, and we like trophies. Hey, Morgan State make the NIT too, so we like trophies, and they baited us with the trophy. So, you know, we're gonna go try and win this thing. You know, why not? We're in it. What seed are we? I'm trying to see. We came in as a 2 seed, so we were not the first 4 out. We were the next 4 out or something like that, you know. Well, I mean, if they're gonna put us in a tournament and make us play games, we're gonna try and win it, right? So good luck. It'll show. Can we beat a team like Ole Miss? Morgan State can't beat K-State, so Coppin State has to play in the play-in game for the losers. I actually think we're a favorite. Yeah, Damian White, yeah, I suspended him because he kept chewing out Eric Brown, who's our best player, so you gotta go, man. I hope he transfers, so I have like 10 scholarships. So, can we hang with a team like Ole Miss? They think we're a favorite. Sometimes I don't know about this scouting report sometimes, but they think we're a favorite. We do win by 4. It was a lot close. AJ Wagner and Troy Buller had to really play well and kind of bail us out, but that's a middling tiering SEC school. You're telling me we can hang with middling tier SEC schools on a neutral court? This roster can hang with more like a middle tier. They're 8-10, right? So there are a few games under, but we can hang with them. Obviously, we would never hang with the top of this conference, but we can hang with that. That's pretty good. We have a good enough roster to beat them. We get Rhode Island next. Couple CBI bids or whatever. That's funny. Let's just win the NIT, you know? Why not? Let's make a deep run. No reason not to. Think they're 8-point favorite. Let's see what can happen against Rhode Island. They're a 19-13 team. We take care of business by 10. We're playing pretty good teams on neutral courts, you know. These are still pretty good teams. They're not the top of the top, but they're still good teams. Iowa, that's a very, very good team, man. Big Ten. I'm going to get to the Sweet 16. We will take a look at the tournament once we get to the Final Four, kind of as like a bigger picture, just because I want to get through the season, right? Like the bigger tournaments don't really affect us. We just kind of want to see the winner, any cool upsets that did happen, just let them play out. Because like these early seasons, they're not going to, that tournament's, for us to make a deep run in that tournament, it's going to be tough. Now, I have seen a 15 seed win the whole tournament, so it is absolutely possible. It happens I've happened one time in my whole career of playing these games, so it doesn't happen often, as it shouldn't. But I've seen it happen, and I have it on saved with Cal State Fullerton being your national championship, or being your national champion as a 15 seed. Okay, let's get to the Sweet 16. Let's get to our game against Iowa. I want to see where Iowa finished. No, it doesn't really matter, but just want to see like what level of teams are we hanging with there. I mean, a 10-10 team in the Big Ten, and now we're gonna play them. That's a tough team, you know. I'd like to take over the Iowa Hawkeye roster, you know. All right, let's see here. We're moving on in the NIT. We're playing Iowa. It's a lot closer game now. Let's see what happens. And we take a loss, 10-point loss. So our dreams are done. No NIT title, no conference championship. We won the regular season championship, so we did get some sort of championship if you want to think of it like that. We got the we won the regular season title. That counts for something. So I do think we underperformed in the off season. We won 2 games in the NIT. So that means we missed the NCAAs. Louisiana Monroe was playing Kansas somehow, so that's going to be interesting to look back on to see how that happened. But let's just get to the Final Four. Yeah, St. Mary in this save is they're just like Gonzaga. Howard and the CBI, they've made a deep run. I guess I'll take a look. Yeah, they've made it a deep run as a 2 seed. They are gonna fall short to Kent State. Playing out some of these lower level tournaments. Oh, I guess I can take a look at the bracket now. So, in the Boston region, on this side, on the left side, Florida, Indiana. So, Florida does get upset on this side. Tennessee loses to Boise. It's interesting. Other than that, nothing crazy. Boise, that allows Texas to get in, and Texas is moving on. On this side, wow, Memphis and Florida State get upset. No, wait, Florida State moves on. TCU beats the 5, allows Florida State. Kansas does business. Louisiana Monroe as 11 seed. Georgetown loses to Dayton. Oh my goodness, so that sets up this matchup. And then they beat Wisconsin, and they gave Kansas a pretty good fight. Temple beat Wake Forest, but Elite 8 as an 11 seed. That's a pretty successful run. North Carolina losing to a 16 seed when you're a back-to-back champion and you're a 1 seed. Yeah, that has happened only one time, as we know. So that's a yikes. That's a yikes, North Carolina. They will not be your 3-peat champion. And Southeastern Missouri State even got through. Wow, what a crazy bracket. And at the end of the day, Gonzaga does get through. Texas A&M, slight upset. Pandemonium over here, though. How does the 12, the 16 advance? Like, crazy. All right, in the last region, Michigan State does lose Kentucky. Kentucky, I mean, come on, that's a blue blood in disguise. They do lose to Arkansas. Nothing too crazy here. Drexel, it's only slight upset, but pretty chalky. So you get Kansas, Texas, Arkansas, Gonzaga. So Gonzaga has a pretty good chance. Kansas has a pretty good chance. I forgot who's won it in these. I will acknowledge the winners of the smaller tournaments, but then we will get through the rest of this, and we will look at the awards. So congratulations to Iowa. So at least we lost to the NIT champs, right? Kent State won the CBI, and Texas A&M CC won the CIT. And then NCAA March Madness tournament, the big one that everyone wants, North Carolina lost to a 16 seed, so that won't be happening. We have, I guess I don't need to do that actually. That doesn't matter. Gonzaga does beat Arkansas. This is Gonzaga's chance. This is your chance, Gonzaga. You're in the finals again, as you should be all the time with the school, with you. That's built up the reputation that they've built up. And it's Texas. Wow, Texas beats Kansas. That's going to be a slight shocker. So it's going to be the Longhorns versus the Bulldogs, and Gonzaga is going to be your national champion. They're going to get it done, and they're going to etch their name in history as national champions. So it went Alabama, which was kind of funny, and then a 2-year run by North Carolina, and Gonzaga finally gets it done. They finally raise a banner. So we will take a look at the conference award winners. Hopefully we should win Coach of the Year again for the 3rd straight year. Yeah, Mark Few, you got your championship, man. You can retire and let me take over Gonzaga. I'm just kidding. So this Wisconsin, John dude, John Fowler is a beast. 14 points and just rebounds. Player of the year, defensive player of the year, freshman of the year, just absolute stud. Couldn't get it done for Wisconsin though. Obviously, we're not going to make any of this, but why not take a look? All right, now let's look at the MEAC awards. We don't get Coach of the Year. It goes to that guy from Howard. Well, congrats. Not sure how I feel about that, but congrats. 2 second-teamers. AJ Wagner, the senior. That guy kind of filled in the void. Troy will be here for another year. So we did underperform this season, but we got some trophies. Let's sim and see how this goes. All right, so let's take a look at the season review. We of course won the regular season, so we obviously finished in the top 3, and we won 20 games, so we got 15. What are they expecting next year? They want us to try to win the conference tournament. That's understandable. I wanted to win the conference tournament. And they want us to at least get 15 games. I think that's pretty reasonable for a school like this. And I think that's basically the max that we can really accomplish at this school. So if I take a look at our skills, we're at 60-49 on offense, defense. So we went up 4 and 5 respectfully, 21 and 53 in scouting. We went up 1 in scouting and 4 on recruiting, so that's good. I don't know why scouting goes up so slow. It seems like something's kind of bugged with scouting in this game, in the new version of the game, at least with the level up. Player development was 29 and now it's 34, so it goes up 5. That's really good. And our reputation went up 3 points for a 20-win season. So it was cool, but it wasn't like super impressive, right? And if I evaluate our roster, I lose Wagner, but I pulled all of these guys through transfer. So who says I can't pull more of these transfer likes again? A lot of seniors. We can just easily go after some more in the transfer portal. But is anybody interested in our services? Who has fired their head coach? So somehow, that's right. Texas Southern is in the Big 12 because of conference movement in this game. They invited another Texas school. So this is actually a 2-star school in a absolutely brutal competitive conference. I don't think that would be smart. They won 2 games in the Big 12. I'm surprised by that. George Mason, though, they are a 2-star school. They had a really bad season, 4-26, 3-15 in the A10. The A10 is like it's like the top mid-major conference, I would say, right? Like it's a pretty competitive conference. Um, I'm interested. I'm interested because we role play as a uh Division 2 head coach, right? And we were from Virginia, but we had an opportunity from South Carolina State to go D1, and now like George Mason's kind of using that location pitch that we use on recruits. Like, hey, don't you want to coach closer to home? You're from Virginia. We have an offering, and as a recruit, we're interested in listening. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at some of the resources that would come with that if we apply for that job. Let's take a look at George Mason. They're basically using the Virginia pitch location against me right now and saying, hey, you're doing really good at South Carolina State, but you're always going to play in a weak conference. We actually have a pretty decent conference in the A10. $10,000 arena capacity. Yeah, that's a pretty decent arena. Eagle Bank. Atlantic 10. George Mason Patriots. We get to be the Patriots. They've had one Final Four. Yeah, that magical Final Four run. I'm assuming that's that Sweet 16 run. So you would probably still be an underdog in, of course, every NCAA tournament run. But winning the Atlantic 10 probably does a little bit more for my reputation, right? And 200,000 is a lot better budget than I think like the 130 that I have now. Let me take a look at the staff. That's one thing you want to look at is the staff too. Is this guy's on a 3-year deal. When you get the job, you can fire all the staff and it doesn't penalize you, and you can hire new staff. But I mean, this guy's a pretty good recruiter. 40. No, he's not actually. He's a good player developer. So I would want to redo the coaching staff. So, and they would pay more money if we're gonna use the money kind of gig too. We're kind of almost forced to say yes, because if I told you at the start of on episode 1 that I was gonna use money as a factor, George Mason as a 2-star school would give me more money than a 1-star school. Even if it's just a little bit more, even if it's just like 150,000. Man, I don't know about you, but where I come from, if you go from 80,000 to 160,000, that's a lot of money still in any world, in any state. So I think it all makes sense. I think we've had a great run at South Carolina State. I want to thank South Carolina State for the opportunity for me for Journeyman to become a great coach and to learn the game of basketball and how to recruit and play at the college level. I just think we're ready for the next level, the next step up in competition, which would be the A10. I think that's an actual, you can call it, A10 is definitely a mid-major. And if we win the A10 and we win a mid-major conference tournament, I think that'll get us more reputation, and it'll help grow our skills faster, and we'll get bigger eyes on us for potentially bigger jobs in the future. I don't think George Mason is going to be where we end up completely. That's just going to be a nice stop in the road, and it all makes sense. I was born in Virginia. I coached D2 in Virginia, so now we're going to go to a D1 school in Virginia. It makes sense. We're making more money. We're going up in level. It makes so much sense. But really, I just want to come here and take a look. We got 78 wins here. I think we did really, really well. we're definitely going to keep track of South Carolina State and see what they do. But I think we've laid a great 3-year foundation for them of 20 wins, solid basketball foundation. I mean, the thing is we're not guaranteed the job, so I'm talking like we're gonna get the job, because you most likely do get the job, but there's no guarantees. But I'm gonna pretend like I am getting the jobs. I like to see like all the work that I've done, conference titles that I've brought them. I don't think I got him a player or of course not a World Series player of the year, but a conference player of the year. No. Yeah. We had 2 defensive player of the years. That's great, man. I mean, freshman of the year we got. Wow. And I got coach of the year. Our first teamers. A lot of second teamers, man. We put out. We set a nice foundation for this school. I feel like I'm leaving them in a good phase, and the budget was correct. I'm getting 60,000 more in budget, and it's just a bigger school. It just makes sense. George Mason, if you'll have me, I would love to be your new head basketball coach. Let's do it. Journeyman, we're happy to have you as the new head basketball coach as the George Mason Patriots. I'm happy to be here, man. That is awesome. Let's see who South Carolina State goes with as their backup. Probably end the episode there. So next episode we'll start recruiting the transfers as the new head coach of the George Mason Patriots. I'll have to get used to saying George Mason Patriots instead of South Carolina State Bulldogs. But George Mason. Maybe just George Mason. That makes sense, huh? We're the head coach of George Mason. We make $140,000. So we literally made like a $50,000 per year pay raise. Man, that's a lot of money. They want us to try to qualify at NIT, don't finish last 10 games, improve school prestige. I think it's definitely possible. I just wanted to take a quick look at their history. They've been getting pounded. 10-21, 14-16. Then this guy dips out. He's like, I don't want to coach here anymore because I'm going to get fired. Let me just go to Furman. And then this Darren dude is unemployed now. Maybe you can be our recruiter, actually. That'd be kind of funny if I... maybe you can be our recruiter. We'll see. But he went 9-22 and 4-26. Not good history and not good bounds right now. But I think we have a good budget, good resources, and we're in a nice conference. And this is a nice next step up for our coach. For our coach, now we got to win a more prestigious conference, 2.5 stars. That's a little bit more prestigious. We're in a 2-star prestige school. This will get our reputation up. This will get our skills up faster. And ultimately, if we do good here over and over and over again, we might just are able to in the next 4 to 5 years. It's going to take a couple years, 4, 5, 6 years here. We might be able to get a nice job at the next level. Maybe not an elite level job. You're not going to get a Kansas or a Kentucky or a Duke after that, but you might get a middling to top tier ACC job or SEC job. So that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.